Hola, soy Joey Taylor. Estoy en la biblioteca, where you can now learn over 70 languages, including Spanish. All you need is a library card. I actually spent my time today with the family out on the course to practice, and I'm going to say I'm not doing too bad for a beginner. Things have calmed down here quite a bit, and while I haven't spoke to firefighters, according to scanner traffic, the fire is 100% contained and they are in the mop-up stage. Going to shoot some hoops, the Great Falls Park and Recreation Department is providing you a place where you can go and be yourself. This Sunday, you won't be seeing church members dressed in their Sunday best. Instead, you'll be seeing a sea of red flooding the streets to help serve the community. Now he's working with the Great Plains Dinosaur Museum to dig up some of the biggest dinosaurs to ever walk in Montana. As we've been tracking since 2020, Mounts from Air Force Base will be upgrading their Huey helicopters to Gray Wolves, and today they welcomed in the first of their new fleet. Parks and Rec Department wants to share this month with you, so whether it's your daily activity or you're trying something new, you can share with them on social media and use the hashtag #WhereCommunityGrows. I'm Joey Taylor, Nonstop Local. While you typically only see these guys when it's snowing, the Montana Department of Transportation is working all year to make sure they're ready when the winter weather hits. That's right, even though it feels like we should be wrapping Christmas gifts right now, there are a few other holidays we need to get through first. One of my personal favorites, Halloween. And this map gives you a way to experience all things spooky.
Our biggest thing is really promoting the community.
On the map, you'll see these emojis laid out around town, and they each have a different meaning. The pumpkins are decorated houses, the witch hats are homes that play music and host fun activities, the ghosts are haunted houses, and the cars are trunk or treat events. This tunnel links the Sutton Cancer Institute and the hospital a few blocks away, and the walls are filled with handprints of cancer patients and their loved ones to commemorate their cancer journeys.
New at 5.
And if you plan on flying out of the Great Falls International Airport this weekend, you'll want to be prepared for some delays. Travelers on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday should expect not plane, but vehicle traffic delays when arriving at the airport due to the Montana's Military Open House Flight Over the Falls Air Show.
So not being responsive, if somebody else is around, point at them and tell them to go get the AED and to call 911. If you're by yourself, go ahead and call 911 and begin compressions.
County commissioners haven't made any decision on who will become the interim elections administrator, and they're not close to filling the full-time position either.
I asked that too, yeah.
At the meeting, they were supposed to be discussing job duties. However, because Sandra Merchant, the former elections administrator, couldn't be there, Commissioner Ray Grolkowski didn't think it was right to move forward. Great Falls police have one man in custody because they believe he is solely responsible for the threats made against CMR. She tells me she's been focusing on her work and on some bills, as well as community care for those who were involved in yesterday's protests.
When the speaker refused to recognize me, he took away the voice of 11,000 people here in Montana. We saw people in the gallery rising in defense of democracy, calling out this undemocratic action of silencing a duly elected representative.
Zephyr raised her mic and stood in solidarity with those who protested yesterday, tweeting, "I am devoted to those who rise in defense of democracy." In recent weeks, there has been an uptick in seeing White Lives Matter stickers posted on street signs, utility boxes, and art installments throughout the downtown area. And while people are working on cleaning them up as they see them, there has been a community cleanup day that's been organized. According to the Facebook event page, the White Lives Matter group posted around 200 stickers in Great Falls. On top of the stickers, the organizer of the event, Jasmine Taylor, tells me, quote, "They are painting pictures of Hitler in public parks. The city needs to take this issue seriously, and the community needs to respond appropriately." Now, weather conditions could change as we head into the night, so we'll keep an eye on the fire and keep you updated with the latest information. Then in Stevensville, crews were called out to fight a grass fire yesterday afternoon.
I saw a lot of tanks, and it was just like horrific scene, like to see like your world is crumbling down.
Her father spent time in the Iraqi and Kurdish Air Force. When the war started, her brother also started working with the U.S. Army.
It was a secret mission where he would go to like really dangerous areas in Iraq, and he would interpret for the American Army.
But what she went through as a teenager is something many of us can't even imagine.
So then we had like a lot of tanks and weapons and stuff on the ground. There was a lot of chaos because the prisons got opened up, so there was a lot of bad guys outside, not in prison anymore. So my house got robbed by our neighbors. And that was pretty heartbroken for me because I don't have any childhood pictures anymore because it was all torn apart. Because we had kind of death threats and like bullets shot at our house.
In 2013, ISIS launched a wave of attacks in Erbil, the Kurdish capital, in response to the Iraqi Kurds fighting jihads in Syria.
My family, we were pretty scared because if ISIS do catch you, it's like worse than death. So we were like, okay, like we have a rifle, we can protect our home, and if we were out of bullets, at that point we'll use the gun and we'll just do a family suicide.
Before that could happen, the Air Force took ISIS out with aerial attacks.
Basically, Air Force saved me and my family's life. We didn't feel safe living there because we had attachment to the American Army.
Her parents, fearing what might happen to them, decided there was only one place to go.
After 7 years of processing immigration documents, we were able to immigrate to America in 2015.
But she wasn't done yet. After living in the U.S., Kaki felt inspired and decided to join the same branch that helped save her family before she was even an American citizen. Joining the Air Force in 2020, Kaki then applied for citizenship, and this September, she officially became a U.S. citizen.
I feel like I finally feel free because over there, like in Iraq, you wouldn't be able to like speak, or you don't have rights. I've always dreamt to be here, and now I'm here, and it feels great.
Senior Airman Kaki works in finance, and while she may not be on the front lines of war, she tells me her job allows other airmen to focus on the mission and not the money. I'm Joey Taylor, Nonstop Local. I'll send things back to you.
Wow. Joey, wow. Okay, so she was serving our country before she was even a citizen. What is that process even like? Is there actually like a large number of people who are not citizens?
Actually, when you break down the numbers, the U.S. Census and Immigration Services reports in the last 5 years there have been over 33,000 people in the military that have become American citizens. So it's interesting to know you don't have to be a U.S. citizen to join our military. You just need a valid green card. I'm Joey Taylor, Nonstop Local.